Hi everyone! Today we're making Osso Buco in the IP Mini 3-quart pressure cooker with a ride-along side dish of mashed potatoes. This makes a perfect dinner for two, but you can certainly double or triple the recipe for more servings in a larger pot. I'm using a cross-cut beef shank here, but veal is more traditional and lamb would also be a nice treat. Technique and cooking times remain the same so long as you stay within a 1 to 2 inch thickness. Keep the meat seasoning simple with just salt and pepper and a light dusting of flour. Set your pot to saute, and when the display reads hot, add a tablespoon each of butter and olive oil. Let the meat sear on each side for about 5 to 7 minutes until nicely browned. Set the meat aside for now while we continue to build our flavors. For this video, I'm going with a classic mix of onion, carrot, celery, garlic, and herbs, but please experiment with what's available in your area. If fresh herbs don't look as good at the store when you shop, use a half measure of dried herbs from your pantry. Substitute scallions or shallots in place of an onion, swap parsnips or beets for carrots, and try some parsley in place of the celery. They're all related, and switching things up every once in a while will keep cooking fun and interesting. But garlic, no. There's no substitution for garlic, and more garlic. Just a touch of tomato paste for umami and depth in the final dish. Stir it around for a minute to toast and mingle with the other aromatics. And now we need a flavorful liquid to break things up and deglaze the bottom. I'm using a wine and broth combination here, but if you want to avoid alcohol, just use all broth instead. Now I'm adding just a couple of seeded and chopped up Roma tomatoes, about 1 cup total. Use canned diced tomatoes if that's what you have, but only use half of a standard 15-ounce can and save the other half for something else. Now we'll return the meat to the pot with any accumulated juices. And here's an optional side dish that you might like. Choose a hearty root veg like potato, turnip, or celeriac and wrap it in foil with a splash of water. The water will create more steam inside the foil pack and cook the veg to a mashable doneness. Place the wrapped bundle seam side up on a trivet tall enough to raise it just above the main dish. Shanks are really hard-working muscles, so I'm setting the pot to manual or high pressure for 40 minutes and then letting it naturally release for at least 15 minutes before releasing any remaining pressure and reopening the pot. And while that's happening, let's make a fresh Gremolata to top off the final dish. This was half a huge bunch of parsley I picked up at the store today, and I'm just going to pick off enough leaves to make up about a 1/4 cup after I go crazy with my knife. If you're doing a double or triple recipe in a bigger pot, adjust this Gremolata portion accordingly and save these stems to freeze for your next batch of broth. And now I'm going to grate up a couple of garlic cloves to go in. Just the zest of the large lemon. Now I'm adding just a pinch of salt to add seasoning and grit as I blend this all together. Here's the crazy with the knife I was talking about. You could certainly do this in a mini processor, but you'll need some liquid like olive oil, lemon juice, or water. Do that if you're making a bigger batch, but I'm just making dinner for two, so my samurai skills will just have to suffice for tonight. The main dish is done, and I'm going to set the potato aside just for a little while. Extract the meat, bone, and herbs, and now we get to turn the sauce into a gravy. I usually use the medium or normal sauté setting to bring things up to a bubble. Then add in your thickener of choice. Cornstarch or flour works fine here. You can also use a blender or run this through a sieve if you want to get a smooth gravy, but I don't mind the veggies being visible like this. Always taste and adjust seasonings if you think it needs any. Now I'll turn this off and let it sit over here while I mash up the potato. Perfectly nice and soft. Add whatever you like to add to your mash. I'm going pretty classic here. As I'm recording this, I thought it would have been a great idea to add a couple garlic cloves into the packet to steam along with the potato. Next time, definitely. And that is all there is to it. Serve it up with a bit of Gremolata over the top and enjoy with a glass of wine. Ingredients and instructions are written below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!